it's very early. It's all these news are like breaking news. But I'll tell you one thing: Israel's goal, this war, was first the elimination of the nuclear program of Iran, elimination of the missiles program of Iran. Iran had a plan of destruction of Israel, and this is the goal, and this is the goal of Israel, and that's why we went out. We don't like wars, but it was the last chance before Iran can reach a nuclear bomb. This is where we are, and that's why we initiate this. There are a lot of success for the Israeli Defense Forces, and we highly appreciate for the American president for his efforts and the coordination we have with them, and the bombing they had on Iran nuclear facilities. Dramatically. Iran, if you look backwards, Iran was, if we try to zoom out a bit from your question, Iran was building the last 2 decades a ring of fire around Israel. And it has few components, and the plan was the destruction of Israel. One component was the nuclear program. The second one was the missile program. They planned to produce missiles that only superpowers have. And the third was, like we had in October 7th, from all around Israel, from Syria, from Lebanon, from Jordan, from other places, invasion of Israel. All this ring of fire is gone. Assad is not in Syria, regime. Hezbollah is weakened in Lebanon. Hamas is beaten. Houthis are quiet. And now Iran. So yes, we reached major achievements in Iran. Our Air Force have almost a clear entry to Iranian skies, and the international community didn't want to deal with the Iranian problem. But we reached the last moment. Iran reached uranium for 60%. It's very fast. You can move to 90%, which is military use. So yes, I think there are major achievements. We have to wait to see it. But Iran definitely, and that's I think why they understand that they were beaten. All the Iranian ideology, the extreme ideology of destruction in Israel received a major knockout.
Enough not to be threats again to Israel and the rest of the world.
First, Iran is a threat to the rest of the world. It's an ally of North Korea, very relevant to you. So Israel won't accept Iran to become nuclear. It was Israel policy, and that's why we did this operation.
Nuclear facilities are really important to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and not just facilities; it's all the chain of nuclear, it's all the chain. And Iran was deceiving the international community, including the International Atomic Energy. Their nuclear program is for military use. It was very, very clear. And Israel received so much support from many countries in the world on this. I think it's very clear that Israel has a right for self-defense, that Iran can't have nuclear capabilities.
What's Israel's assessment of the damage to the facility?
Definitely, there is a significant damage both to the nuclear infrastructure and also for the missile capabilities, the launchers and the missiles, and the significant one, very significant one, dramatically.
So the 2 countries are returning to a path of diplomatic resolution?
Israel won't accept Iran nuclear. It has to be very clear. Israel, we can't live with this cloud over us. And this is the most important one. Also, we won't accept Iran is the main source of world instability, not just regional instability. It's the main source of problems in Libya, in Yemen, in Lebanon, in Syria. Wherever you go, you see Iranian footprint. And I hope that the outcome of this war, that this threat from Iran, not just the nuclear one, but also the missiles one, and using the proxies will be dramatically eliminated.
Its nuclear program, in line with U.S. and Israeli expectations?
Well, the goal of this operation, both by us but our allies, was that Iran won't have nuclear capabilities. Now, we have history with Iran, and we know, but that's why, nobody likes wars, but here there was no other choice. That was the last minute, and Israel will do the utmost to defend itself. I think this is my answer. We won't accept Iran nuclear. I think now it's very, very clear after this war. And most of the free world supports Israel. The free countries and in this region, they understand the risk that is way beyond Israel.
I'd like to hear your realistic assessment.
Well, it's the news are so fast, but you use force when there's no other option, and then comes hopefully a more peaceful measure. So we'll see how things will develop now, but Israel and the Israeli public, there is strong support, there is understanding. Iran wants the destruction of Israel. We don't have border with Iran. We don't have border disputes with Iran. It's an extremist Islamic ideology with weapons of mass destruction. This is what regime is. The leaders call for the annihilation of Israel from the world. What should you do? You should protect yourself, and that's what we're doing. And Israel, I should say, the amazing success of the Israeli defense forces. It's unbelievable, what they did. Iran is not, we don't have border with Iran. It's thousands of miles from us, and amazing achievements in this.
Would you say it's total victory to Israel?
I don't know, you can't measure it, but Iran was, we paid also a price. Iran is indiscriminately attacking Israelis at their home. I was in Israel, I was in my cell phone, and all the time, bombs all over and interceptions. Israel is hitting facilities. We are not hitting hitting hospitals or civilians. They are directly hitting hospitals, civilians, schools. This is the difference. Our success came first from the capability of our defense forces, but second, the Israel home front. Very important. We have the interceptors, the Arrow and the David Sling and the Iron Dome and all the systems, and then the behavior of the Israeli citizens, which is a major factor. But we lost tens of casualties, injured people, lost their houses. Iran is using huge missiles, and that's who they are.
Or quit the negotiations. What will Israel's next action be?
Israel won't accept Iran nuclear. Period. That's what I can tell you. We won't accept it, and that's why we have this war. And it's true that we succeeded in hitting them badly. If they, and that's it. It's something that Israel can never accept.
Yeah, Israel could resume its military.
I don't know. I can't tell you what will happen, but we can't accept it. It's very, very clear. It's unacceptable for us. By the way, it's unacceptable for most of the world. To Iran. Again, Iran, a threat is not just on Israel. It's proliferation. It's regional. It's in the Gulf countries. It's the Middle East. Way beyond. The missiles can reach almost every spot in Europe.
It's meaningfully in negotiations. Would Israel consider regime change as a new objective?
No, it's not our objective. This operation this is not one of our objectives. However, for example, when we were fighting Hezbollah in Lebanon, as a byproduct, there was a change in Syria, for example. But our objectives are again the nuclear program and the missiles program. This is our objective. And by the way, when we see the threat from Iran, I think Koreans can the best understand it when you have North Korea, which is a close ally of Iran in this axis of evil. I think you can understand very well the threats which are Israel. I think we share. I think the same kind of threat.
What lessons could Kim Jong-un draw from the situation in Iran? How it unfolded?
Well, I can tell you that first, Israel and the Republic of Korea are like United States, but North Korea gave strong support for Iran, statement supporting them, condemning Israel and the United States, which is clear. But Israel is willing and sharing our experience with Korea, with the Republic of Korea, our technologies. I think it's a clear message to the world that countries that try to reach nuclear capabilities are a danger to the world. I think this is the thing that is very clear, and you have it with North Korea and Iran. I think it goes the same pattern, and they have very close cooperation, friendly relations.
That's enough, but isn't there a risk it could flare up again down the line?
Well, I can't confirm this information, but again, we won't accept Iran have nuclear capabilities. This is Israel policy, this is the US policy, and that should be the outcome of this war. Any other outcome will be accepted by us. Iran won't be allowed to reach nuclear capabilities, period. This is it. Whatever it will take, if it was done, it could be done by negotiation, peaceful, wonderful. It didn't work. Iran was deceiving the international community. The IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, just last week declared Iran non-compliance. They are cheating, they are deceiving, and we won't accept it. And this time we have to use force. If it could be done by peaceful means, it would be done many years ago. It didn't work.
People reacting to the recent events because there are some civilian casualties.
Yeah, there are a lot of civilians. First, Israeli citizens, I think it's demonstrate amazing resilience. We have been. Don't forget, we had a war when Hamas attacked Israel. It's been a year and a half, but here, This is the everyday life. You can't, you walk in the streets, there is siren, you need to find a shelter. This is our everyday life. The strength of the Israeli society is amazing, amazing. We had more than 100,000 Israelis abroad, around 150 that were for business or whatever, while the war started. And we are maybe the only country in the world when there is war, our citizens try to go back home. And with flights, with boats, through Jordan, through Egypt, unbelievable. Strong resilience. I think this is part of the Israeli spirit. And all of us understand we didn't have any other choice. When somebody wants to destroy you, destruction you, that's what you should do. And we have a very efficient home front command. Everybody knows where he should stay. If there is a siren, it saved lives of people. Really saved lives of people. It's part of a strength, and it's also enable us to conduct the war in a better way.
Resistance has been weakened. What is the outlook for the war?
Yeah. First, we still have 50 hostages in Gaza. We want all of them back. Just a few days ago, in a military operation, we retrieved 3 bodies. They hold bodies of hostages, but at least 20 of the hostages are alive. Israel won't. There are 3 conditions here. Israel won't accept Hamas controlling Gaza. 1. Israel won't accept that there will be a threat from Gaza on Israel, and all our hostages are back. There was, before the war, the Americans have twice proposed, Witkoff have twice proposed ceasefire with Hamas says no. Hamas says no. Iran is a main sponsor of Hamas, so definitely it will weaken. Hamas militarily is dramatically weakened, but now when its main sponsor is weakened, maybe it will have some ramifications, but I think it's too early. It's too early to judge. We hope that we don't want to control Gaza or to occupy Gaza. We want just that it won't be a threat on Israel. Hamas won't control it, and that all the hostages will be back home.
Negotiation with Hamas will resume again after all this.
Well, again, they were on the table twice at the last month and a half. American proposals that were rejected by Hamas. So it's too early for me to predict, but Israel policy is very clear on this issue. So it might be a side effect, but we have to wait and see. It's too fresh.